My name is Liz MacKay, and I work for the state of New Jersey in the division that handles Sandy recovery operations. Well, I have spent most of my working life in the private sector, working on Wall Street, in fact. And while it was very interesting and very challenging, I always wanted to do something that was bigger than I was and work for something that had much more meaning. So I've been very pleased with the turn that I took. I found that the work here really is rewarding, and that the esprit de corps is much greater in the public sector than it is in private industry. Well, first of all, because New Jersey is one of, if not the most diverse states, we have a very active public interest community, lots of civil rights, human rights groups. And in fact, one of the biggest hubs for these groups is Newark, New Jersey, which is a path ride from Columbia University. In terms of lawyering with the state, it's a somewhat different structure in that attorneys working for the state itself, or representing the state, work at the Attorney General's office. However, there are other attorneys throughout the state working at various departments, almost as in-house counsel. For example, handling potential legislation, giving input in terms of policies, handling employment issues as they arise. So you could really have a broad spectrum of lawyering working for the state, and also the opportunities to transfer seem to be pretty high. I think when students think about working for government, the first thing everyone thinks about is working for the federal government. But in fact, state government, certainly the state of New Jersey, people's day-to-day lives are affected in many cases more by what the state does than what the federal government does. Also, at this particular point in time, the state, the Attorney General's office, has organized teams to push back on some of the federal government's policies that we think infringe on some of the rights of New Jersey residents with respect to, for example, reproductive rights and with respect to immigration.